Imagine it's 1987. You're sitting in a piazza in Milan. The fashion is loud, the hair is big, and the economy is absolutely roaring. Everyone is making money. Italy is officially the fifth largest economy in the world, having just overtaken the United Kingdom. They call it Il Sorpasso. The vibe is electric. You order another espresso, pay with a fistful of lira that feels like monopoly money, and think to yourself, this party is never going to end. Now, snap back to reality. It's 2025. That party didn't just end. The police came, raided the house, and burned it to the ground. Italy hasn't just slowed down, it has flatlined. It is the only developed economy that has barely grown in over 2 decades. While the US economy has roughly doubled since the turn of the millennium, Italy's GDP per capita is practically stuck in a time loop. We're talking about slow-motion economic suicide. But here's the twisted part. The seeds of this disaster weren't planted by the euro or globalism. They were planted during those golden years. Italy is suffering from a very specific, very fatal addiction, a ghost from the past called the Lira. Today, we're doing an autopsy on the sick man of Europe. You can't understand why Italy is failing today without understanding how it succeeded in the past. You see, back in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, Italy had a superpower. It wasn't high-tech innovation or German engineering. It was a printing press. Here's how the Italian economic miracle actually worked. Let's say you owned a factory in Turin, making washing machines. You're competing against a guy named Hans in Germany. Hans invests millions in robots to make his washing machines better and cheaper. You don't want to buy robots, so you call up your friends in Rome. The Bank of Italy would devalue the lira. Overnight, your washing machines suddenly become 20% cheaper for Americans or French people to buy. Not because you made them better, but because your money is now worth less. This was the competitive devaluation strategy. It was Italy's favorite economic drug. For decades, it allowed small, inefficient family businesses to dominate global markets without ever needing to modernize. Why invest in R&D when the central bank can just slash the currency's value? But here's the dark side of that drug. Devaluing your currency imports inflation. Oil, gas, raw materials, everything gets more expensive. By the early 90s, the lira was a joke. Why does this matter today? Because in 1999, Italy joined the euro. Imagine taking someone who has been addicted to painkillers for 40 years, and you flush his stash down the toilet. Cold turkey. No rehab. Good luck. That is exactly what happened when Italy adopted the euro. They lost the ability to devalue. Suddenly, those washing machine factories in Turin had to compete with Hans in Germany based on actual efficiency and actual quality. And guess what? They couldn't. They spent decades hooked on the easy fix. When the euro locked the exchange rate, the curtain fell. Italy was left naked on the European stage, and the global market wasn't impressed. This is the curse of the lira, the phantom limb pain of an entire economy reaching for a lever that is UND. If you want to understand which country might be next to face an economic crisis, hit that subscribe button. It's free, and unlike the Italian government, I promise not to waste your time.